So like I said that we are looking at Google Form. So I'm going to be creating two type of form. Number one, I want to create directly from Google Classroom. So if I'm creating directly from Google Classroom, I'm going to click this one, quiz assignment. So I click on my quiz assignment. Automatically it's going to create a blank, can you see, blank quiz for me. Then I will title it lesson 3 check, lesson or lesson 3
TME.
Sorry. Coming. Let me just use this one because of time. So let's say there I can put instruction here, but my focus today is not on all those things, on this blank form here. You can see that a blank form is attached. This blank form has been configured. You know all those settings I was checking that day, it was because I created the Google form outside Google Classroom. Since this Google form is here, everything is automatically set. It's just for me to input my questions. So I won't be dealing with it. I won't be checking any settings again. So I'll click on it to open the Google form. You can see now I have opened the Google form. So I'm going to give it a title. Lesson 3. So you can call your quiz any name you want to give it. So I'll call it lesson. Then I can come here to also reflect the name, so that when I'm looking for it, it's not going to show blank quiz. Please know that every time you create a quiz assignment, a blank quiz is created for you. If you are not careful, you have a lot of blank quiz in your Google Drive. Then you'll be really struggling how to figure them out. So you can give the form description. So what I really want you to know is, look at this aspect. Here we have for you to add new question. Each time you need to add question, you know, automatically question 1 is created for us. Each time you want to ask new question, you type it here. You click on this.
Type it where, please.
Yeah, can you see this new question here? Let me try and find a question to bring in so that we can see it. Come in, let me open my drive.
I think I even did this. I even put 4 options in my own multi-choice.
Multiple choice.
Why?
Yes.
Yes, why Google form?
Okay.
So anytime what choice is that Google form?
See,
because I seen this lesson description to name it option 1. I kept adding options till I added 4 options.
Yes, that is one way. Depending on the question, you know, there are some questions. I don't know if you have seen some questions that when you click on them, we are writing it on your computer, but you see options like check box. Let me just try and get a sample question for us to work with. And you can see some like grid. I'm coming in a moment. Let me look for question. Okay, I've seen lesson 3. Let me copy question from here so that it will be very fast. I won't be typing the question because I want it very fast. So I'm going to look at this type of question. I want to start from the simplest one. Yeah, I think I got this one. Control C. So I'm creating my first question here. Can you see me now? I put E. So my option here, option 1 is either true or false. You can see it has suggested I say option 1 true. Then the next option is false. True or false is already there. This is one type of question. We call this type of question multiple choice. Mind you, you can set your question to have image. I can bring in image into my question. Let me do it. But note that this question, I just want to input this message just for us to see. Just want to select a random image. Let me select this one. Open. So you can, as a biology teacher, as a chemistry teacher or physics teacher, you can bring in image into your question. You can see now my image is here, and ask question based on this image. Then if you are setting your option too can include image. Do you understand? I can send, and you can bring your image, you can upload it. You can also take from Google Images. I can just snap myself to take webcam. I can bring. So you can have image as your question. You can have, imagine maybe a biology teacher trying to show different part of an animal, asking the student to name it. You understand? So you can bring in image. Or if are you even teaching primary school students some mathematics?
It's teaching secondary school, so you can put different diagrams.
You can put
pyramids.
Yes, exactly. You know all those mathematics questions that will include triangle, find S, quadrilateral, all those things. So it's possible. But many people don't know. They just see Google form is just for typing question. This is just one question type. You understand?
Yes, I want to ask, those images and shapes, where can one get it from?
No, you know, as a teacher, just imagine you want to set question on paper, and as a mathematics teacher, is it not that you will draw those your diagram on the paper and submit it to where they will print it? So the same way you use your phone after design. If you are very good with computer, you can design it with Google Drawing. You can design it on Paint. You can even do some little drawing on Google Doc or on Microsoft Word. Then you take a screenshot. Of it. You understand? And bring it in. Am I communicating? Microsoft Windows can take screenshots of images. If I want to take screenshot on this my computer now, I will, just that you may not see it, and that's the same application I'm using for the lesson recording. So you can create your images. You can download them online if you don't want to create it yourself. But if what you are looking for is not online, you can draw it on a paper and use your phone to snap it, and you transfer it to your computer, or you save it to your Google Drive, and you're gonna pick it from there. Okay, thank you.
Sorry, one more please. And I think I'll be directing this to Uncle Josiah.
Okay.
There was something that he posted on that described, a kind of a lesson note on his classroom. So I want to know how he was able, because I see that lesson note wasn't even, I don't think it was the one that wrote it. How can one, get such materials already made, and then...
Like I just said, you can get already made materials from this site I've given to you. Go to Nearpod. Lessons are there. It's just that you may just have to spend some time to find out, and they have little video. Go to quizzes. Nearpod. Nearpod. Whatever be it your subject, a particular teacher has created something on it. There's another one called Ed Puzzle. They have created something. You can use what they have created before. You can create your own. There is quizzes.
So on those plenty things you gave us, can you just outline the important basic ones, because so that we'll be using that thing?
Lazy teacher. I love you.
Missy Joma, listen, Missy Joma. Like I always tell teachers, what you want to do will determine the best app that you want. And as you are just starting, it's good you start first, know how to use this Google Classroom first. There's a lot you can bring it in. You can bring video in. You can even ask question on video.
I put
But did you ask question on it?
No, I put it as a material.
As a material. Maybe towards the end of the class, I will give you a Google Workspace account. The time is school is resuming. Will you even have time to do it?
It will do. Sorry, can you repeat? I didn't hear you.
I said,
We do it. Post it.
Sorry, Mr. Joshua.
Yes.
You know, at times when you have some topics that you have worked on,
Right.
and you have gone to the Google or you have used ChatGPT to create that topics or download that topics.
Okay.
When you download those topics and you have gotten the materials for those topics, you can store it in your drive.
Right.
So by the time you are now going through your scheme of work that you want to give to the student, you now see that it's part of the things you have downloaded. Right from the Google Classroom under create, you just click on create, you go to material.
Okay.
So once you click the material, it will ask you where do you want me to go. Now you can now go to where you store those material, those topics you have downloaded. Then you can now upload it to that Google Classroom. That was what I did.
Okay.
And those material you can also use it as questions. You can ask them to go through it and answer the following question using Google form.
Okay.
exactly.
Mr. Joe, my partner now going to follow you.
Yeah, follow him.
So follow me, they go.
Follow him, oh. So, like I was saying,
You are welcome, sir. Yes, ma'am.
so like I was saying, this is one type of question. But look at it that there is no point attached to this question is requiring 0 mark. So you will determine from onset how many marks do you want to apply to your question. Is it 1 point for 1 question or 2 marks for 2 questions? So you can either do it manually or you can ask the computer to do it for you. This is what I do. After creating, don't forget that this form was created from Classroom. I'll come to settings. Let's even see if the option is available. Can you see default question point value? So for this question, I want to give it 2 points. Each question is 2 points. So if your question is 1 point, you call it 1 point, but I just want to increase it to 2. I want to make it 2 points. Then there's another one. I want to make all questions required by default. Why? Because so that students will, I want to guide the student against accidental submission of their form when they are not, because a lot of students, they will try and want to click the form. So to be sure that the form will not be able to submit unless you complete the question, then I saw question, come here, make question required by default, then I click it.
Sorry ma, nothing entered though.
Nothing entered where?
My head.
Okay, see, this is what I'm saying. You know, look at this question. Look at this question I created here. You can see this required and you can see this answer key point. This is where the mark for each question will show. So how many marks do you want to give for each question that you are typing? And I say for you to avoid manual setting of the form, because if I didn't go to settings to go and set it up, each time I click on this button to create question, I will have to assign point value. I will have to assign point value here. Can you see my mouse?
Your mouse dey hide though.
You know how I do. I dey see am for the screen, no. This side where I have my mouse, if I didn't go to setting to go and set it, each time I set question, I will need to set it manually. Imagine if I want to set 50 objective question or 25 objective question. That means this answer key, I will have to set it like 25 times. But if I'm just setting 2 or 3 questions, I can leave it. But I'm saying that for you not to be repeating the process all the time, that come to settings, you click on it, then we go straight to make question required by default. Before it was not toggled, so I toggle it on. That's number one. Then I go to point value. How many marks do I want to allot to each question? I say for this my work, I'm giving two. Each of my question will carry 2 marks. So if I have set 5 objective questions, it's going to give me 10 marks. Do you understand?
Yes, yes.
So that's why I make this place 2 points. You can even make one question 5 points, depending on what you can do, and you can make it 1 point, but not that you cannot do half points. You can only do half points when you want to do a manual review by yourself. I will do that. But this one we are doing is for the Google form to automatically to be able to grade the students when I set it up without me going through the form again. Once my students submit the form, what I want to see next is how many of these questions did A get correctly. So that's why I'm putting question here. So I'll go back. After that settings, you will observe something. The first question I created there is multiple choice. I just included this image for demonstration purpose. But because I have not done the setting earlier, I will still have to come here to do answer key and do and give the point. Don't forget that I say my point is 2 points. So I come here and increase it to 2. Then I come down. Which of this answer is the correct answer? Is it true or false? If my option, for the question, if my answer is true, I'll pick true. If my answer is false, I'll pick false. You understand? So for this question, I'm just picking one. I'm saying false.
Your presentation is not moving. Oh. What you are presenting is not moving.
Yeah, I can see.
Yes.
Okay. Is it okay this way?
No.
Okay. It's not okay.
I can see that I'm showing where I selected the answer on my own screen.
No. We only see where you put your points. 2 points.
Wow.
Yes.
It should be your network. Check your network.
Mine is your own network. Oh.
No,
Yeah, Miss-
I'm using 2 screen.
Yeah, this is air too.
Okay, let me stop presenting and come out. You understand? I'm using 2 screen, so I can see what I'm presenting as I'm talking to you.
No, we are not seeing it. It's not moving.
Okay, let me I'm starting presenting again. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. So after
True and false.
okay, after allocating these total points, you can see my total point is 2. That is, I just created one question. So we are going to select which of these option is correct. If it's true, you select it. This is what we mark the student answer based on what I've inputted here. So once I'm done,
Sorry, please.
yeah.
I would like you to go back to how you put the 2 points. We couldn't see it.
Okay.
And on that setting, please, can you start afresh from the setting?
Okay.
Please. Thank you.
The settings I talked about here is not showing. Okay, it's showing now. Can you see it?
No.
I'm showing my new screen now.
The
No, we're
paper
not
is
seeing
not showing.
It's not showing. Please.
Wow. So you're still seeing the old screen.
This is the whole screen.
Nothing was half of screen.
Could it be my network to net or your network?
It has, yes.
We are now seeing the setting now. It has come up.
Okay.
This setting.
Okay, it might be network. So as I was saying, this is where I said the 2 points. I put these 2 points so that each time I created question, I don't want to be coming to the question to set 2 points for each question. So I created this one. I also go down to make the question required by default. So after that, I now go back to my question. Can you see the question itself where I uploaded the image?
Your screen is not working well.
Honestly, it should be your network, because I have, let me show you my, I'm coming. Is it showing now? It should be your network. I want to just hold on. Is it showing now?
What we're seeing the pause, option 3, the diagrams.
Yes, that is the page where I am now. So let's continue. So this I will have to pick the correct answer from here. So for this question, I'm selecting option, I'm saying false is the answer. So if you want to provide feedback for your student, for them to see whether the answer they have gotten, they have selected is true or false, so you come here, you provide feedback. Then my feedback will be, if you want to show video explanation on why the answer is correct answer and why true is incorrect answer, you provide your feedback here. You write it, true is not the correct answer because you provide reason. If there is a video that shows the explanation, here permit you to add the, you can see this YouTube, permit you to add the YouTube video. You can add it from here. And if you want to provide link, maybe it's an external material, you will click on this link to provide external link. You can also display why is it correct answer, why that answer is correct answer. You can provide feedback, then you save. This is good because by the time you return the form back to the student, they will know why you mark them wrong and why you mark them correct. They will not come to you to be asking question again. Is that one understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Missy Joma. So thank you, Mr. Joshua. So now don't forget that I've only created one question. So once I'm done with my settings, I've added feedback, I've selected the right answer, I've given it points, then I'll go to done. I'll click on done. It will not go back to the main question itself. So you can see that it has highlighted this as the correct answer. Mind you, your students will not see it. It's only you, a teacher, and every collaborator on this Google form or a co-teacher in your class that will see this as correct option. But because I've created, you can see this is the first question. It was not required before. I will have to make it required. But the subsequent one I will be creating now, everything will be set. So for me to create new question, I'll come here. Can you see this new point? This plus here is for creating question. So I'll click. I just clicked on it. Do you see this plus here?
Yes.
That's what you click on to create. Each time you click on it, it will create question. So look at it. This is my first question. I've clicked on it two times. The first one I created 2 points. I clicked on it again. This is another one, another 2 points. This is the third one, 2 points. So you can see the total point here, 6 points. That means that I have 3 questions in this Google form. And you can see what I was telling you. I didn't need to include the 2 points again because I've set it up from the setting. Each time I introduce a question, it's going to allocate 2 points and it's going to make the question required by default. Do we understand that part?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So now let's look at for because of our time, I will not be asking question. You can see where your question will be, but I want us to explore the different question type that can be asked. This one is for objective question, like we say option A, B, C, D. And we always advise teachers, don't put A, B, C, D in your work, because if the students are together, they can easily communicate their answer. You understand? So you should always put your question, just put it to option 1, option 2, and you can come to this place. Can you see more option here? You can add, you can shuffle option order, so that option 1 in a student form will not be the same thing with option 1 in another student form. This one will help curb cheating. Even though when they are at home, they will have to spend long time before they will be able to, you understand, to communicate their answer. But if you have arranged your answer A, B, C, D, they will just be able to say what is the option to question 1, and you don't put question 1. You understand? Let your point guide you. If you want to set 10 questions, if you are putting one point on each question, by the time you see 10 here, you know you already set 10 questions. If you are setting 5 questions, by the time you put 2 points, by the time you see 10 here, you already know that you've set 5 questions. We are doing this to not to like guide the student, not to allow them to easily communicate question or communicate answer in case you want to use Google form for a standardized exam. Yeah, so that's number 1. Then let's look at the different option, the different questions that are available. So you come here, you can see short answer. Imagine you want the student to type the answer by themselves. Maybe you've asked the question, you want to give them fill in the gap. Which part of speech is this? You use short answer. But note that when you set short answer, the computer will not automatically mark it for you. You will have to do a manual review of that particular question. Why? If you type your answer in small letter and your student provide their answer in capital letter, the computer will mark it wrong. It's case sensitive for this short answer. So if you are using short answer, you would have revised with your student that let them, please, if you anytime me asking you question, let it be you as a teacher, you ensure that it's one word, and you tell them that no space before, no space after, and you must type your answer in lowercase. So with that way, the computer will mark it. But let's assume that somebody wants to write mother is the answer, and you as a teacher, you've typed M in capital, M in small letter, MOTHER in small letter, and your student, when they want to supply you the answer, they type it in capital letter. They will mark it, the computer will mark it wrong, Google form will mark it wrong. If they even start the first letter M as capital letter, they will mark it wrong. So as a teacher, you must be able to include different ways. If you didn't tell the student how to submit their answer, or you'll be ready to do manual review of your question. That's about this short answer. This one is paragraph. Do you want to ask essay question or theory question, theory based question? You want to ask them divine computer, divine law of thermodynamics. It depends. It will come in under this paragraph. They will be able to type. Or you want to write a essay about my last holiday, it will come up under this paragraph. You understand? So the next question type is multiple choice. We've used that one. That is the one we are all familiar with. The next one is checkbox. We use this checkbox to type answer that include, like the one I normally ask, select all that apply. If the answer in that question is more than one, maybe you can imagine you've set objective question before that include option A and B is correct, or option B and D is the correct answer, in which the student have to pick both options for them to get the question correctly. Then you use checkbox. So this checkbox will allow them to pick more than one answer. So let me do that. Are we together?
Yes, ma'am.
So this checkbox, you can see option box is circle, checkbox is like rectangle. Allow students to pick more than one answer. You understand? But for option box, they can only pick just one option. So if you need your student to select to pick one or more option, you use checkbox. It's just one option, you use option multiple choice. You use multiple choice or checkbox. So the next one is drop down. The drop down works similar like a option box, but imagine you've seen this checkbox before. Imagine you are filling your state of origin. You select, maybe you are filling a form, you've selected I'm from Nigeria. Then they will now ask you which state are you from in Nigeria. Then by the time you click on that place, it will list all the states for you to pick your state. Maybe you are from Ondo, from Lagos, from Ogun State. How many of us have experienced that while filling a form?
Yes, me.
Yes, good. So what they use, that option is called drop down, because by the time you want to list those options out, it will be many, it will take a long space. So for you to bring down the space, you use drop down, so that when they get there, when they click the drop down, they will be able to see their options. So let me create, I'll just create different ones so that you will see what I'm talking about. Let me leave it as option 5. Okay, this one is drop down. Where's my second, this my third question? Let me make this one checkbox. I want us to see how it apply. Adoption. So we've explained that. Let me also include, from here I'll be including another question. This is my another question here. Let's choose short answer. I want you to see the way they work. Then I include another one. I call it paragraph. Then I go down again.
Yeah, say drop down. Your screen, something is wrong with it today. It's not working.
Okay, you're not seeing what I'm doing?
No.
Network is not showing.
Definitely is network. I'm sorry. I hope we should be able to watch the replay.
Drop the video for us later. Sorry.
Yes, I'll drop the video. I'm making the video. So I've made different. Okay, I can, even from my hand it's not moving. No, I've seen it. Okay, it just moved now. So so for this option box, then we have what we call file upload. Do you need the student to upload their response? Maybe you want them to, maybe you're an English teacher, you want them to pronounce a particular word in a way, you know, phonetics, the way they pronounce this word is different. You want them to pronounce well, they can record their voice. You can ask them to do a mini presentation and upload it, or you can ask them to take a picture of their notes. Okay, maybe you ask them to copy notes. You want to be sure that they have copied the notes. You can say, okay, take the picture of your notes. You ask the question in Google Form, let them upload it. Then they will be able to use this file upload to upload for you. Can you see this screen now? Hello, do you see the different option I have? Hello, Mr. Joshua said no. No, okay. I guess it's the network. Really sorry for that. So apart from file upload, we have Miss Fumilayo. No. Wow. Okay, let me stop sharing and share again. Let me stop sharing and share. Then I have to share again. So I'm sharing again. I hope this one. Is the screen okay now? Okay, thank you, Mr. Joshua. Mrs. Joma, what about you? Miss Fumilayo, thank you. Okay. So this is a file upload. You know, we've talked about short answer, paragraph, multiple choice, checkbox, drop down. I've talked about file upload. We have linear scale. You know, this kind of question where we have 5 being strongly agree, 1 being disagree, or you can show 1 being poor, 5 being excellent. Pick where you belong. You can use this one to get student understanding at a particular class. Maybe you are teaching them either in class or from home to get where they are. You can use linear scale. Then we have multiple choice grid. Multiple choice grid allow you to create different question. Imagine you want to set question like this. What's this topic in chemistry? This table, this their table now. I forgot who is it. Any teacher of chemistry, yeah? Who is teaching chemistry? Sorry. Yeah, I want to illustrate this multiple choice grid. There's this table they learn in chemistry. Who knows it? This table that is showing different elements.
Oh, periodic table.
Oh, thank you. Periodic table. So you may want your students, you want to set question like that will allow the students to, you want to ask many questions in one a different question in just one Google form question. You use multiple choice grid. I'm going to be demonstrating it so that you see how it look like. We also have checkbox. Then you can also do date and time depending on your question. So but the most common ones that you use while creating your objective question for your students in class is just multiple choice, checkbox, and drop down. If you're an advanced user of Google Form and you really want to drill yourself more, that's when you'll be looking at multiple choice grid and checkbox grid. So let me make this particular question now. I'll make it checkbox. Sorry, I'm making it multiple choice grid. So this multiple choice grid will provide me with rows and column. I'll just include up to 3 columns. These 2. Then I'll introduce another question from here. You can see the way it's working now. Imagine you've asked a particular question. This is the way you are going to be seeing it. Then I'm going to make this one checkbox grid. So the checkbox grid, just the same thing like checkbox, it will allow your students, for each row they will be able to pick more than one answer. But for multiple choice, for each row they will only pick one answer. So let's view it. Please let me know if you can view my next screen. So who can tell me how many questions? If you look at my screen, I have 22 points and my question is 2 points. How many questions have I created in total?
Means is 11.
Thank
But
you.
I can't see the question is even showing 22.
Yeah, at the point, if you look at the point, if you are seeing any part of my screen, that one.
From what I can see.
Where are you? Which screen are you seeing now? Currently, me see Joma.
That's what I'm saying. I'm seeing paragraph, multi-choice, checkbox.
Okay. You are not seeing it. So there's a part of this my question. I'll stop sharing again and share again. Maybe we should just be doing that for tonight's class. Really sorry for this screen that is not following the way it's supposed to go. So I've shared again.
Yes.
So can we see this screen now? Okay, thank you, Mr. Joshua. So come here. You can see where I have 22 points here, right? Yes. Okay, that means I've had 11 questions. But there's a challenge with multiple choice grid and a checkbox grid. It contains so many questions. So as a teacher, it depends on you. Do you still want to make it 2 points or you want to increase it? So you can view how the question will look like with your students. So I come here, see this view preview, then I click preview. Please let me know if you can see my preview.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Let me just give it a time. I can't see it either on my second screen. It's not showing on my second screen. Okay. So I'm going to, let me quickly stop sharing and share it again. Sorry for this. I guess it's network.
Network is really terrible today.
Yeah. So is it okay now? Can you see the preview now? I'm showing the preview tab. Okay, Mr. Joshua. So I'm scrolling. I guess it's scrolling at your end too. You can see, look at this option box. Look at the way this option box is showing, true or false. The student can either select one of these answers to be correct. See this one I call this. Okay, they are not seeing this screen again. Wow. What?
Moving.
It's not moving.
It's just moving now. It's moving now.
Okay.
Let it move.
Okay.
Let it move.
Okay, see where I have my mouse. This is choose. This is an example of drop down that I spoke about. So I'll click on it.
Not showing that one.
Wow.
You are only on the true and false.
No, I'm now in drop down.
It's not showing. It's showing. That's all we are.
Sorry, I guess it's the network.
Now it's going now. It's now in the question. Option 1, 2.
Okay. The option 1, 2, 3 shows how you will see your drop down. This is how drop down normally display. It will bring out something. By the time the student select one answer, it will go back.
That's step 1.
Yes. Then this one is checkbox. The student can be able to select 2 or 3 checkbox, you can see. But for option, the student can only select 1. This one is for checkbox. Then I told us about short answer. So here you have your short answer. You can be able to type, and the other one is for paragraph. This one is for paragraph, right? The student will be able to type plenty. You can see for short answer, the line is very short. That's for short answer. For paragraph, the line is like full to the size of the form, to the width of the form. That's for paragraph. Then if you come down, you will see the multiple choice grid I talked about. This is for multiple choice grid. Then I can select question. Please note that only one response per row. You cannot select 2 responses in a row. That is how they use this multiple choice grid. But for checkbox grid, you can select more than one answer per row here. But here is not letting me. There's a settings I need to do. Then I'll go back to my Google form to allow the student to be able to select more than one option in checkbox grid. Do we understand?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So this is just a preview. So as a teacher, you can preview your work. Then I can go back. If you need to go back, while previewing, if you need to go back, you can see, look at this edit form here. Allow you to edit your form. Then I click on it to go back to edit the form like I want to type into it. So I'm in the form now. So the only option we've explored here is the question type and how to introduce question. So this one here allow you to import question from already existing Google form that you have. You can import question. So now I'm going to click here. I'm going to try this import question. I'll click on import question to import a question from Google form. Let me see.
Hello, please, can you tell them to mute their mic? There's interference.
Let me mute it for them. Okay, sorry, I just pray you'll be able to watch the replay. I will ensure that we get the replay very early tomorrow because it's really taking time. Yeah, I will ensure that.
So that I can have rest.
I will ensure that we get the replay. I don't know why the network is misbehaving tonight. Yeah. So you can see my form is coming out. This is the form I'm currently working on. But I want to, I have 11 questions. I want to import some new question from a form that has already been typed. Let's assume that is this lesson 1 that we've done already. Then I will click on it. Then I'll come here, I'll click select. It has brought the form this side, and on this form and on this question I have like up to 8 questions. They will be asking me, I can decide to import everything or select some. If I'm importing everything, I will click on select all. It will select, you can see import questions, 8 of them. If I don't want to import everything, maybe I want to import just 1 or 2 questions, I will just go and select after going through the question and select my form. Imagine you have a Google form you've typed before and you want to reuse the question. The import option allows you to import all your questions in a new form. So for this form, I'll be creating import all question, 8 of them. Then after, I'll click import. Notice I have 22 points. When I import them, it's going to add 8 to 22. That will be about 16 points. Then I'll click import question. Really sorry if this screen is not showing. I just hope that we get the replay. So you can see I've imported the question and my total point has increased to 30 points. That's to show that I have about, how many questions did I add? Do you know what happened? Do you notice what happened? I have 30 questions now, and before it was 22. That means those questions I typed initially was 2 points, but the 8 question I imported is grade them at 1 point because I already give them 1 point from the previous question where I was importing them from. So that is why I have 30 points in total, and I've also allocated the answer. So these are the ones that I imported, 1 point. If you see the one that I typed that we use for this demonstration, you will see that it is 2 points. So apart from this import option here that I'm pointing to, we can also add title and description to our question. The description, imagine maybe you've been set this kind of objective question that use this diagram to answer question 29 to 35. If you need to do such question in Google form, you use this type of add title on the question. Or for English teacher who want to bring in a long essay for the student, they are going to comprehension passage. For them to read and answer, you will use this add title and description. If you want to bring images, you use this one to add image. If you want to add video, you use this one to add video. The other important question is add section. Maybe you want to have different section in your Google form question. You use this add section to ask question. This is what I will do after this class. I have already form that have been prepared, but I don't like coming to class to this form because you may not know how I arrived at it. So I'm going to share the form with you as a collaborator so that you'll be able to see how I set the form. Then you also answer it as a student. I've told you how to answer as a student. You go to preview. You'll be able to see the question. I should have shared with you as a student, but I want you to see how I do the description, and for you to see this multiple add section for you to see, because it's going to provide like a branch question. Imagine if you are working with a class of students that if you select option A, you want them to go to you want them to have access to a particular question, and if you select option B, the question you will have will be different from the other point. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So this add section provide ability for teachers to do what we call branching of question. Or you are conducting a survey, for example, for senior students and junior students. After typing their name, the student need to select whether they are in junior student. If you select that you are a junior student, you have some set of question. If you select that you are a senior student, you have another set of questions that they are not the same. So we do everything from this add session of Google form. So I don't know if we have any question, and I will also be sharing with us a like Google form sheet. Yeah, like the screenshot. It's going to be a screenshot, but if you look at the screenshot, you'll be able to tell which of these option you need to click on, and their option, just like a diagram. You understand? I'll share it with us so that we can have something to work with. So in view of this, I want us to create just 10 questions using all the forms of options available in Google form. We are going to create, for if I say objective question, everybody can just use multiple choice to create. So I'm going to create for using option multiple choice, using checkbox, using option grid. I will share example of option grid with you so that you know what you can use it for, and checkbox grid so we can see everything. So is that okay? Just one question, just one Google form. Do it from classroom, do the settings, then thank God I have access to the class now. I can be able to go to the class, see it. If I have anything to let you know about it, then definitely I will get back to you. Thank you, Mr. Joshua. Any question?
No, I just feel that these instructions should also be dropped within the classroom.
Definitely I will.
Please, ma, I'm to hello?
Yeah, I'm with you.
A friend just joined today. I sent her my mail. I don't know if you can add her to the classroom so that she can see all the classes we've done. So.
Is the person not on WhatsApp?
She wasn't on our WhatsApp.
Is it not at a Phenomenal 1.0?
No. That's what I'm saying. She's not there.
Okay.
But she's right now on this. She joined. I sent her the link people sent me from my mail. So she joined. She's here now.
Okay.
So if you could invite her via her mail so that she can join the class, the Google Classroom.
Okay, let her just share the code to join the classroom with her. So you just enter the code, she'll be able to join. The code for this class, is on WhatsApp.
Please, ma, can you drop it again? I don't code 20 for that class. Every drop
Okay, no problem. I will redrop the code later tonight. Thank you. And I promise I will go through the classes, but please let us do something. Even though in your current school presently now your student may not have computer, but if you try and use it may not be maybe during the weekend after teaching them, you send something to them, they can access it on their parent phone, you understand, and it will help you a lot in your work. Any other contribution or question? I've told you that this class is going to be for just 1 hour. We'll look for how we can make it up in the coming week.
Please kindly return the questions to the site where you open it, and let's see how it will go back to the stream.
Okay, don't worry. Thank you. That's very good one, Mr. Josiah. I created it Google form. Something with Google, when you are working there, the application is cloud based. It is automatically saved. So what I will just do, you know that after I launch from classroom, this is a very good question, thank you. I open the form from classroom and I've not gone back to classroom. Automatically, wherever I've stopped is automatically saved. Even though if I forget to go back there, it's saved. But let's just go back to the classroom. I hope you see it. I'm displaying the classroom now. Can you see it? Let me know if you can see the classroom.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, this is where, I just click on this to open the form. Notice that you see showing black quiz. But never mind, it is already saved. By the time you open the quiz next time, it's going to carry the title of what I give the quiz, which is lesson 3 check I call the quiz. It's going to change from blank quiz. Come here, did you notice this thing? Saved.
Where did you see the saved?
Is on where can you on the upper side of the screen where we have this blue icon that is saying assign.
At the right side.
Yes, at the right side. Can you see saved?
Yes.
I've not saved it. Is Google itself, Google Classroom, that saved the work. So even though you didn't remember to come back there, the progress of your work is automatically saved. But for now, I need to complete the setting up. Then this particular question, I want to give it to all my students. What grading category do you want to give it? Okay, it's an assignment. Okay, no, a project. I can call it a project. And don't forget that my point is showing 100. But when we are creating the grade category earlier, I've assigned 10. By the time I save, it's going to change to 10. Don't forget to set your due date. If you are giving it due date, you set due date. Let's say the due date is next week. Let me give it time. Let's say 11:59 p.m. I've said that. And topic, where do I want to arrange it in Google Classroom is for week 2 activity, week 2 class. So I come on that topic and I look for my week 2, 14 to 18 of August. I clicked on it. You can see saving. I've not saved it. It's already saving. So if I need to post the question to the class, I will click on assign. If I don't want to post it, yes, I will come here. You can see schedule, save as draft, discuss draft. So this save as draft is the same thing as automatic saved that the application is doing for you by itself. So if you need to assign, now you want to send it to students now so that they will see it in their classroom. If you click on schedule, then you want to schedule this something to post at a later time. Then you might click on save draft to save it to your work. Any work you save draft, your students will not see it until you post it. This will allow you to work on your work little by little until you eventually finish it. So for this now, I'm going to click save and I'm going to close this class. The class is closed. The assignment is closed. So I want to open it for you to see that it is automatically saved. So I just go back to class. I'll go to week 2. You can see lesson check for project week 2. It's saved as draft. So by the time I click on it, that Google form would have automatically updated itself from, can you see lesson 3? It has changed from blank quiz to lesson 3. So that is how it works. So if you need to edit the assignment, you click on edit assignment and you continue working on it until you want to post it. Any other question?
I just pray this whole thing will show very well in the video.
Have you not been watching my video?
I don't used to, since I'm mostly in the class, I don't used to watch those videos.
No. The video, if not for the way I interact with you, you won't even see anybody in the video. You just be seeing myself and my screen. So please go to there, and then you can tell the person to go to the link I will share. She can rewatch the video. Or the YouTube, yes. I usually put it on YouTube. Yes.
Once you the link, I will send her the link so that she can join the class and watch the video.
Okay.
What is the work for the function of plus rubric?
Okay. That rubric, we'll talk about it. It's also for automatically, it's for you grading your student work. For example, you want the student to know how you want to grade them. For example, if I ask them definition, that your definition, okay, I'm looking like the question. Maybe we need to do a practical example on how to use the rubrics. It's also like marking, to provide guidance for students, for you to be able to mark their work. Imagine if I ask the student that write a composition about yourself, or how you spend your last holiday. Then I can say your introduction is 2 marks. What I want to see in the introduction, like the rubric is like a mark guide for the student, for them to know what you are expecting them to put on, and how many marks you are allocated to that particular section of that question. So maybe in our next video we look at how we can use rubrics with students, how you can set it up. It's also a very interesting a very interesting one.
What is who is checking for plagiarism there?
Oh, who is that? Is that Mr. Josiah? That's very good, thank you. You see, most at times we give work to the students, maybe essay competition, maybe an assignment, and they go to where is it called, internet, to copy it. You understand? You can actually check their work for plagiarism. So every account have 5. You understand? That you will know whether they copied from internet. Let me try and edit one that is having, I think should be under assignment. Let me edit this. So as a teacher, the Google Classroom will let you know, where is it? This is it. Will let you know the originality of the work. Did they copy from internet? You know, now everybody is using ChatGPT. A student can use ChatGPT not knowing that ChatGPT actually copied the response from a particular site, because ChatGPT doesn't have anything on its own. It's pulling all this information from one site or the other. By then they pull the site and they fail to acknowledge where it's coming from. Then by the time you as a teacher they submit it to you, you'll be able to check for plagiarism and you will know whether they copy the work or not. As a student, you can teach them to check their work for plagiarism before they submit it to you, so that they already know if they check for plagiarism on their work, they will know if they need to reduce something. It will show them where they copied from, what they need to change. You understand how it works? So it's good for students, secondary school students, higher institution students that are working on seminar project, to check the authenticity of their work. When you know that you are not the original owner, you've gone to copy it somewhere. And this tool is actually a free tool that you can use. So that's how they use, is to check the originality of whatever, be it essay, any work any student is submitting. If you turn it on, yeah, you can use it for projects.
How do we check it using Google Classroom?
For projects.
We'll bring that project and upload it on Google Classroom.
No, if you want to use it for yourself, for your project, what you will do first is you will first create an assignment as a teacher for yourself, and then you turn this thing on, check plagiarism. You now assign. You understand? You cannot use another email address to sign in as a student. You know, it's not possible for you to be a student and to be a teacher in the same class.
Exactly.
So you can use one of your email address to be a teacher. You assign the work. You click on check plagiarism. You can see. You can enable originality report on 5 assignments per class, because it's a free account. That's why they claim. But it means it's a Google Workspace account. It's unlimited. You can do it and do it and do it until you get the best result for both teacher and students. But for free accounts, it's just 5 assignments per class. Then you click on continue. When you click on continue, by the time you assign and you join the class as a student, it's going to let you know that the teacher has turned on plagiarism check on the work. So you can either bring the work to Google Doc or you upload the work. When you upload your work, it will tell you checking for plagiarism. It will take some time. Then it will, below it will see view your report. Then you'll be able to view the report and you are going to see different sections. It's going to put it in percentage and tell you maybe you've copied 70% of your work, you copy 30% of your work, and it's going to tell you the exact location you are taking the work from. So you may need to work on it. So that's as a teacher. But as a student, before you click submit the work to your teacher, you can actually still view. And when you submit the work as a teacher, you can even still see if the student actually copy or they've actually done some things on the work to reflect their own original work.
Hello, ma.
I'm with you.
Another question, ma.
Okay.
Can we use Google Classroom for quiz presentation and when it comes to competition day?
Yes, it's possible, but we not use it in Google Classroom. You use it from Google Form.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah, so how would the competitors, the contestants?
Now, how do you want to achieve your competition? Do you want to leave it to the student? You know, there's a competition whereby you put the computer.
It's just like to read the question, then they will pick the answer.
Yeah, that means for you to do that kind of question, you will need to put the question inside section. Each question will be on a section. If not, the student will see all the question all at once.
Yeah, is there a sectional form on the Google form?
Yes, we spoke about it. Are you not in class?
Did they use section or description or what?
We said it under section. I pointed to it under section. Let's go to it. Can you see?
Section there.
Yes, there's a section.
It's not there.
It's there on Google Form. Look at it. I'm pointing to it now on my screen. Can you see it?
Parents are looking for guidance. Is that the...
No. That's my question. Look at where I have my mouse on the right hand side.
Yes, on the one that look like a TT.
Yes, the one that look like two small rectangles.
Yes.
Yeah, two small rectangles. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the section. So we now have section 1 for question 1.
Yes, you now have question 1. This section will allow you that only one question will be displayed at a time.
At a time. Okay.
If you do not put it in section, it's going to mean that all the question will appear just the way you are seeing it on a Google form.
Yeah.
Everything will appear all at once. But if you don't want the student to have everything at once, you want them to have one question at a time, you put each question in section.
So once they pick question 2, I'll just go to section 2.
No, yes, once they pick question 2, you just go to section 2 and then you display it. Once they pick, you go to question 10. Now it now depends on what you want to do again. Do you want the student to be able to see the question, or you just want to read to them?
To read to them, or to read or to see.
Whichever one, what you want to achieve. If you want them to see, like if you are that phenomenon 1.0, they did a quiz where people use quizzes to answer the question. That's another way. Quizzes can do that for you. Google Form can do it, but it's under paid edition. You cannot see it on free accounts. Yes, they have what they call practice sets. Yes. And you can use Nearpod to add something like that. You can use Quizlet. Quizlet to add something like that. Yes. Yeah. Nearpod.
All these better quizzes, edu puzzle, all those better things they don't call them.
Quizzes, ed puzzle. We have Kahoot. Kahoot.
Those
That was for games. Kahoot is for games.
Even quizzes is for game now. Everything is game based learning. You can like that quizzes now. You can put it in serious mode and you can put it that let them be able to play game. Like Quizlet, you can put it in form of flashcard. You can put them to compete against each other. You can put it in form of games, and also they are learning. Those are game based. We call it gamification learning. Student learning. Yes. So these are all the apps that we may need to explore.
But are they actually free?
Yeah.
Canvas is free. Nearpod is free.
Nearpod, they are not free. They all are free. They are paid. They are paid something, but they have free version. At least for you to start, you can still use that free version. So if you want to use more, you can upgrade. Even this Google Classroom we are talking about, all this feature we are giving you is free, based on free, but they have paid version. The paid version include a lot of other features too, you understand, and it's far cheaper than all those other ones that we are talking about.
Apart from the Google Classroom, there is one they call Domo 4. They have Domo. Is that Google app also?
No, if you
Classroom like Google Classroom.
no, you know, Google Classroom is just on its own. It allow, even in this Google, it will allow you to bring Ed Puzzle, it will allow you to bring Quizlet, escape room, everything will be able to come into Classroom and you interact with your student. But if you didn't use it with Classroom, that means you can only use one of those apps. Your student will not be, you can't tell student today you come to class, today I'm giving you our work is other quizzes, tomorrow you come, you are giving them under Nearpod, next tomorrow you say Quizlet. It is good, but it's not, it will going to create a kind of confusion for the student. But with Google Classroom, you can bring everything into Google Classroom and the student will not know that you are using different applications. Yeah, but if not for that, you have to use those platforms individually. So in Google Classroom, there's where we have link, so you can copy the link of Nearpod, Ed Puzzle, escape room, peer deck, you can put them inside. But if you have the paid version of Google Form, of Google Classroom, it allow you to interact directly with those apps. You'll be able to bring those apps as add-on into your classroom, but it's not available on this free version. Any other question?
Thank you. Don't cry.
Thank you too. So
Please remember.
I will drop it tonight, but this material is going to be tomorrow morning. Everything I promise, definitely tomorrow morning. It's not going to be tonight, you see, but I will drop the classroom code today. Then I'll try to accept all my invitation in my Gmail account.
Okay, ma.
So thank you. I will drop the assignment, please. Let's try and do the assignment. Yes, the last one, Mr. Joshua, where is our Google slide? Quickly share the Google slide. Let's see what we have there. Mr. Joshua, display our Google slide. Mr. Joshua is not there. Okay, to save time, maybe you share it with me. Share it with me. You understand? I didn't even drop the message. I didn't see. Let's see what we put there, and let's see what each and every one of us, how we plan to use this app. Okay, it's sharing already. Thank you. Can you click on slideshow? Let's view it in big. Okay. So go to the next one. Okay. Okay.
We can't again, no.
I can say thank you. I can see it. But the challenge I have with this slide is that you shared it as public. I said you should share it with each and every one of them. You understand? You share it as public. Is Mr. Josiah the last person here?
Yes.
I'm not the last person, but the person that's supposed to be the last encroach into Miss IJ slide. And not
Okay, no problem, no problem.
Sister Faith.